Some of you saw the all-new CSI Miami tonight right here on CBS 4, and some people always wonder, are crime labs really like the TV show? CBS 4's Ted Scouten got rare access inside Broward County's crime lab, and this is what he found out.
It's all so slick when we see the crime scene detectives crack the case on CSI Miami. The real-life lab may not look as sleek, but they've certainly got the toys to make even the smallest bit of evidence into the most crucial clue. Take, for example, the murder of 92-year-old Yvonne Moss in Deerfield Beach back in 2002. She was raped in her bed, then her throat was slashed. When detectives analyzed her comforter, they found curious, nearly microscopic blue specks. You can barely see them here. They also found those same blue specks on clothes abandoned at a nearby gas station.
This instrument, which is called a microspectrophotometer.
With the help of this high-tech machine, BSO criminologist Dr. Robin Gall could tell the specks on the clothes and the specks on the bed were the same. They came from a blue tarp the killer touched at work.
Whenever they would handle this blue tarp, they would get this small particulate all over their clothing. So what he didn't realize is that same blue particulate, he was leaving it everywhere he went. And when he went into the victim's home and was on her comforter, he left some of those particles behind.
Lori Bell is a crime scene detective. She gathered evidence from the scene. She found an unused roll of tape and analyzed it in the super glue chamber.
I put the evidence inside there. We put liquid super glue in the bottom. It gets heated up on a hot plate and the fumes rise, which then attaches to the moisture left in the fingerprint. You can see with the black powder, it just developed this print right here. This is the full fingerprint.
And for a better look, lasers and special lighting make it easy. Detective Bell got a match, and Kevin Moore was arrested. With his fingerprint found at the murder scene and those nearly microscopic blue specks linking his clothes to the bloody scene, he confessed. You know, it's really amazing what you can learn at the crime lab, especially when you look at the different ways that they process the evidence and the tools that they use. In the ballistics lab, you can see if bullet casings from a crime scene match anything in the database or to a suspect's gun by taking a closer look under the microscope.
These markings that are left behind on the casing are like a fingerprint, and only this particular gun will make this exact same markings.
Want another look at the crime scene, but it's already been cleaned up? Not a problem with the 360 camera.
If this were a crime scene, you could go in and see weapons, you could see blood spatter on the wall if need be.
And see those tiny pieces of glass? This machine can tell you if glass found on the scene and glass found, for example, on someone's clothes match. That puts the person on the scene, a very strong piece of evidence. And when you put science, art, and technology together, you can do this. Start with the skull and end up with a composite drawing of what this person may have looked like, hopefully providing the clue that will give Jane Doe a name.
When I'm looking at the skull, I'm trying to envision, what this person's life may have been like. It brings you a lot of emotions, sympathy for this person and hope that they had some happiness in their life.
Solving mysteries and taking bad guys off the streets. That's the goal of the crime lab, even if it's not as sexy as it looks on TV. At the BSO Crime Lab in Fort Lauderdale, I'm Ted Scouten, CBS 4 News Tonight.